It's nearly there. It's for 45 minutes presentation. I will start now. My name is Yama. Actually, my nickname is Yama. My name is Kazuya Yamazaki. I normally give presentation. Actually, I'm working as an architect last 10 years in London. I normally give presentation for architecture and design, normally. This is my retail design. This is my chair design. This is completed. So today, I'll show you the presentation of Japan. So its title is Japan, an Insider's Perspective from the Outsider. How many people have you been to Japan? I guess you know something about Japan already. So today, I'll give you a bit deeper about Japan with my slideshow. And that slideshow mainly Tokyo, which is capital of Japan. Also, Tokyo is my hometown I come from. And this slideshow will help. This slideshow would show you how to live there as well. Before I start talking about my Japan, I would like to introduce just myself. So after studying architecture in Tokyo, 6 years, and then I worked for architectural company 1 year, and then I came to UK on 12th of February 2001. So which means it was 26 years old, which means it's similar age as you today. So this is a picture. It's embarrassing. This is a picture the day just after I arrived to UK, just for travel photo card. So we need that photo card before. It was thin. I had more hair before. And I ate fish and chips too much. Last 10 years. That's why I get fat now. I worked. Since then, I worked for a couple of practices, also a couple of projects, include King's Cross St. Pancras underground station. Some people might know this underground station, the King's Cross St. Pancras underground station. So this is the main entrance. This is the main concourse. And this is the gate. But do you know there is Japanese traditional toy design in this station? I called folded origami ceiling. If you go, origami is Japanese traditional toy, which means we just play with square colored paper to make dolls, animals. So this is, for example, this is a crane. So this is a traditional Japanese toy. So we use same concept on the ceiling on that station. So this is like a level -3, just near northern line. So this is the corner of the main concourse. So if you're passing this station, please have a look up the ceiling so you can see the Japanese design in there. Okay, let's move to Tokyo. Let's move to Japan from King's Cross St. Pancras. I'd like to talk about Japanese transport. This is like a famous photo in Tokyo. It's a commuting style in Tokyo. This is a photo in the tube. This is a flip-up seat. So when it's crowded, people get space for everyone. But do you know, so you can imagine if you commute without seat, yes, there is in Japan. we call real cattle seat. So this is for the flip-up seat in Japan. So you can fold like this. But when it's rush hours, we cannot open this seat. It's locked. So this is a normal day, normal times. But when it's rush hours, it's flip up like this. So we cannot sit during the rush hours. So the train company just wants to put passengers as many as possible. They just want to carry as many as possible. But how you feel if I get that train without seat? You just get on the move and then just go to the next station or whatever you want. The feel is really sad. But this is the Japanese commuting seat. I just call it real cattle class carriage. And so this is, I think you must know Japanese like commuting. So we call it commuting hell. It's quite famous. If you want to live, or if you want to go to work, or if you want to study at school, you have to use this really crowded train every morning, every day. That's called commuting hell. I would like to introduce interesting job in Tokyo. It's called Oshiya, the pusher. I think you can imagine that from the picture. The train company hired a student, young student, as a part-time job just for the rush hours in the morning or late in the evening. The guy's task is just pushing the people. The train company just wants to people get on the train as many as possible. But this is real. This is real Tokyo. This is real Japan. But at the same time, this guy is also working as a puller, which means even it's crowded in the train, the mad business people want to get on because they don't want to be late the meeting. So which means the guy's task is also puller. They take it off the passengers to fix in a train. So this is the one. And then I heard interesting news. The some of lady in Russia was break her ribs in a train because the too much pressure on her body. So when you get on the train, especially for ladies, please take care. But don't worry for ladies. There is carriage for only women. So men cannot get on that train. This is just for ladies. So if Japanese ladies start giggling when you get on this train, because you are not foreigner, because you are man. Okay, I think you wondered how bad, how worst commuting in Japan. I'll let you know now where and when we can get worst commuting experience. So where? So there is circle line. It's called Yamanote line. There's circles like this. So this circle lines connect big city area like Shinjuku, Harajuku, Shibuya, Ueno, Tokyo. Then I pick up. I know this is the one. From Ueno to Okachimachi. This is the most crowded area in this Yamanote line. And then when? So basically, Japan's weather is quite mild and humid compared to UK. And we also have rainy season. It's called Tsuyu. And then so we have the rainy season in Tsuyu and June, July. So what time? So basically, the rush hour time is the same as UK, similar as UK, from 8 a.m. to 8:30. So this is the best situation for the worst commuting experience. So from Ueno to Okachimachi in June, July, and 8 to 8:30 in the morning. So please remember if you want to have worst experience. It might be worst of the world. Good luck. Okay. Yeah, I just want to show general transport thing. When I arrived to UK, I was really curious because everyone played Sudoku in a train seriously. But in Japan, everyone was playing games or watching TV on their mobiles. Either you can sleep or just like sending emails from their mobile because Japan is quite safe. Also, in this season, the heat is warming up. So it makes you feel really sleep. But please don't sleep like this. Like this. It's a bit dangerous. And if you want to see him, so you go to like a Friday night at the time. Okay, this is Oyster card, swipe card if you travel in London. If you want to use Tokyo, travel, if you want to train in Tokyo, you should use Suica. This is the same swipe card system. But do you know this swipe card? We can use this swipe card to buy drinks or magazine, newspaper, even sandwiches, tobacco, on kiosk station on a platform. Or even if you want to buy drinks on a vending machine, you can swipe on this touch panel like this. And then surprisingly, Japanese mobile phone can combine this swipe card. So which means if you travel, you can swipe your mobile phone like this. You can touch on the point, the place to swipe. Also, you can buy drink from your mobile phone. And now let's show you about mobile phone in Japan. This is a mobile phone I had from my office like 10 years ago in UK office 10 years ago, and an iPhone. I was really surprised when I received this phone 10 years ago, because when I left Japan, I had really good advanced mobile phone already. So we could listen to music. I could take a photo as well. Also, I send emails. That's why, so I was really surprised. I was really shocked when I received this big, massive mobile phone. And then, but we cannot use our mobile phone outside of Japan. We call garakei, which means Galapagos keitai. Keitai means mobile. So sometimes we called Galapagos as cynically. So as you know, the Galapagos is small island near South America. But if you use Galapagos mobile, you can use as this mobile as like a wallet, also sending emails and take out photos and the video, and then yeah. Anyway, so there also many Japanese designers design really good mobile like this. So iPhone is quite famous and quite popular in Japan as well. But if you live in Japan, why don't you try this Galapagos mobile in Japan? It's quite advanced. You can see like a future technology in there. Okay, let's move to different topics. Do you know Yakult? You know Yakult, good. But do you know Yakult comes from Japan? You know that, okay, good. Okay, but, so Yakult is quite yogurt type drinks. And every kid grown up with this Yakult, like this. But do you know Yakult has baseball team? Okay, good. That's why I'm here. It's called Tokyo Yakult Swallows. This is one. Swallows. Yeah, this is, yeah. This is the Meiji Jing, the Yakult Swallows, their hometown is Meiji Jingu, which means located central Tokyo. So you can access very easily. This is a Meiji Jingu. And then this is a photo of during the games. But can you see the people open their umbrellas? But it is not raining. Do you know why? This is their like a cheering style. Yeah, when the team get score, every fans open their umbrella. They're swinging and they sing their own chant. It's called Tokyo Ondo. So if you want to see this swinging umbrellas, it's really beautiful. Everyone has their own colored umbrellas. So if you want to see that umbrellas waving, you should go to light stand. It's quite cheap, but you can see the umbrellas around you. So if you go there, so you can support Yakult Swallows instead of me. Yes, Yakult Swallows is my team. Okay, next topic. I think some people might read this book, IQ 84. It's published by Murakami, one of Japanese famous author. This is a guy. I just took a picture from Guardian. I just want to explain the relationship between Tokyo Yakult Swallows and Haruki Murakami. Do you know when and where Haruki Murakami decided to be an author? Yes, here is the one. He determined to be author when he watched Yakult Swallows. According to his essay, what I talk about when I talk about running, so he mentioned he really want to be author when he watching Yakult Swallows match. So I think you have, some of people might be big fan of Haruki Murakami. So this is another reason you should go to watch Yakult Swallows. But I'm not sure when he decided to be author, he swing his umbrella or not. Yeah, there are many baseball teams all over Japan. So 12 teams in there. So each team has their interesting and supporting like a chant style. So if you live there somewhere, wherever in Japan, so why don't you support your own team? You can communicate with your friend, with Japanese people. I just want to show you genuine Japanese food. How often do you eat fish and chips? Do you eat every day? No, I don't think so. So we don't eat sushi every day either. So sushi is quite special food for Japanese. So if I go back to Japan, my family and my friends take me to sushi restaurant every night. So I have to eat sushi when I was in Japan. But this is my favorite food at Yoshinoya, which means beef rice bowl. And this dish is boiled beef and then boiled onions on top of rice. If you pay like 500 yen, so which means 4 pounds, you can eat this beef rice bowl set. So this is a golden combination. Beef rice bowl plus raw egg and the miso soup. But even if you take this one, you can just pay like 500 yen, like 4 pounds. So this is quite popular for young students. So which means I was really struggling to live in Tokyo. So I always eat this one. So because this is quite cheap, but you have really big volume. But if I felt richer, I also added pickles. So this is a golden combination. Yeah, this is a combini. Convenience store. I think some of people know already. And this is a good version up of licensed shop in Japan. So you can buy anything in there. So pot noodles and then rice balls and then bento box. I think when you work in Japan, you have to work hard or you have to study hard. So you always go back to home at midnight. But this convenience store is always open, 24 hours open. So I don't think you have any energy to cook your dinner after work. So I think you will buy this bento box in there. But the convenience store also has a service to warm up your bento box in their microwave. It's free of charge. So when you feel really lonely and when you're knocked, so this bento box also warm you up. Yeah, when I go back to Japan, when I went back to Japan last time, I found interesting store at, it means like pot noodle stand bar. Noodle stand bar is quite traditional Japanese food store. You can eat quick, you can eat cheap price. But this is a store. This is a store provide pot noodles. So after I buy a ticket for my order, the waiter is pour the hot water in a pot noodles, and they put on a tray. Also, they put rice bowl and then tea. Also, they put sand clock. So you can count 3 minutes really precisely. So this is like a Japanese way of how to eat pot noodles. Yes, this is a famous view. They're called Ginza. This is my favorite area. I think some of people have already seen this picture, like a main street, like a Regent Street in Tokyo. I'd like to show you my favorite area, Ginza district. The Muji. Some of people know likes Muji. It's quite cheap, even 2 or 3 times expensive than original price. I think you buy some of things in UK. I'll show you the largest Muji store in the Ginza area. So this Muji shop was converted from theater. That's why they have huge select of products. And they also have optician with glasses. So you can buy glass in Muji. Also, they sell the house in there. It's called Muji House. So if you want to buy a house in Tokyo, you can go there to order the house. So if you are tired to shopping in a Muji shop, there is Muji Cafe. It's called Muji. They provide breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. It's quite good price, Muji price. So I'd like to show you this shop called Big Camera. This building is near the Muji shop. This is a type of shop, like an offline Amazon store. This store originally sold camera, but now they sell everything. If you want to buy shaver, if you want to buy camera, and you can also see the PC, the printer or printer cartridge in there. But my favorite floor in this shop is massage chair spot. They sell massage chair. It's quite expensive, but they also produce us like a trial in there. So if you want to have like a massage experience in Tokyo, you just go there, free of charge. But in a weekday, 3 o'clock, if you go there, there are many businessmen just run away their job and then relax in there. Okay, from here, I'd like to show you how to communicate with others. Some people might worry about how to communicate with Japanese people. Actually, I had struggled to communicate with English people, not English people like in UK. So which means you can use this methodology the other way around to communicate with Japanese. So this is a photo of my farewell drink. When I worked in King's Cross Underground Station, we based on an engineering office. And then I spent 3 years working there. And then when I left last years, I arranged farewell sake drink. So this is the one. This is rice cracker and edamame beans. I bought miniature sake bottle in Narita Airport when I came back from Japan. So I bought edamame and sake bottles at Japan Center. It's near here. So I folded the tracing roll because in architectural company you have many tracing paper, drafting paper. And I folded and then diagonally make a plate. So I choose these sake bottles. They say open at 5 p.m. And then in the 5 p.m., I just start to display the glass and edamame beans and the rice cracker. The people is really look forward to. So I open a sake like this. So there is a queue in there. I gave the sake one by one. So he's a Charlie. Charlie is happy as well. Everyone getting drunk. So next, Kit Kat. Kit Kat comes from UK, but do you know there is Japanese original, Japanized Kit Kat in Japan? When I came back from Japan to the UK, I'm always wonder what's souvenir for my office tea time. I found interesting Kit Kat. One is for green tea, one is for wasabi, which means horseradish. But this is the official Kit Kat, it's not a strange one. So I open this wasabi one. So open for everyone. So as you know, wasabi is quite hot taste. So everyone really confused and complain what is this chocolate is, what is this Kit Kat is. But this is genuine Japanese Kit Kat. And then when I searched about this Kit Kat, I just found an interesting picture. This map showing the local Kit Kat they sell all over the Japan. Let's show you. I just translate like this. Let's pick it up from the south to north. So mango fruit, citrus pepper, muscat is okay. Green tea, it's okay. Sweet red beans, I'm trying. Grapefruit, soy flour, soy sauce, apple is okay. Potato is okay. I just really want to try barbecue corn. This comes from Hokkaido. So Thompson might know this one. Okay, this is my chair design. This chair is called black and white chair. So this is chairs for charity event. Our company was selected one of 100 in Europe. So I work on these chairs design. And then eventually this chair was sold in auction in Berlin last winter. But before I sent this chair to Berlin, I had like a public exhibition. It's called Made in London. The reason why I did this action, I want to represent this design comes from Britain. So which means I'd like to show you the like, multicultural, multi-nationality, and multi-colored this country from between black and white. So I took these chairs all over the London. This is in the Tate Modern, on the Millennium Bridge and Tower Bridge. Everyone is curious, why is this chair in there? So some of tourists started taking photos. I like it. I like this. Gherkin there, and I moved. I did myself. So I spotted map, and then I walk around in front of Wales, London Eyes. This is the Westminster Bridge. It is one of busiest bridge for the tourist. Oop. The funny thing is, even just only one people take a photo, everyone started taking photos. I made a crowd, and then police also came down. I just ran away with chairs. And then I went to Buckingham Palace. These kids kicked after I take photos. And also I took to Trafalgar Square. We were looking why we have a chair in here. Piccadilly Circus, even Regent Street. This is my favorite photo. Actually, policeman also came down when I take a photo after this shooting. Oxford Circus. I traveled with this chair and then went to King's Cross St. Pancras. This is my station. So I designed this station, which means I know where CCTV are. It's quite tricky photo shooting. Once I take a photo, I just move and then take a photo and move. This is my favorite point at Northern Line, just above Northern Line. One on Marv. Sit on chair and then her husband took photos. It's a concourse. And then I sold these chairs for 400 euro in Berlin. I was really happy. I made a business card just for the event. The same design languages as my chair. The reason why I made this business card, when you go to the party, like at this auction site, you exchange many business cards in there, but you're not sure when you go back to home, when you go back to the office, you're not sure which card is whose. So that's why I just put similar design like this. I just made my business card a couple of times. This is one of my favorite business cards. Can you see the dash curved line on the corner? I just highlight like this. Do you know the reason why this curved dash line? For explain to my design, I'll show you Japanese business card exchange ceremony. Yes, and then when I finished university, I worked for architectural company for 1 year. And my ex-boss says, Yama, business card is quite important in our life. Like business card is samurai sword. Yes. I said, yes, boss. So, because when you exchange the business card with others, hold on. I have to. We must always take business card with us. Please don't run out the business card. Show and give them quicker and smarter when you meet the guy first time. So this is the reason why we just say business card is samurai sword. I'd like to show you the business card exchange rules. The business card exchange is quite important in Japan. This is the one. So this is a manual, how to exchange business card in Japan. I just translate like this. So toward him or her, or the letter, don't put your fingers on the letter. And you must standing when you exchange. The confirm name if you cannot read, because we use Chinese character. Chinese character has some of the meanings, even in the one word. So introduce yourself. And then bow, chest height, cross your arms. So like a sport. But that's why this is another reason the business card is samurai sword. So this is a reason why I designed this card showing dash line. This dash line showing the outline your thumbs in both way. That is like a cynical design about my Japan design. So as you might notice, this icon, bottom right corner, this is Yama stamp. I made myself, I engraved from stone. You might see this stone's meaning, and double meaning in there. One is Chinese character, say Yamazaki, and the other one is alphabet called Yama. I just made for myself. And then, when I looked for the job when I arrived to UK, I used this stamp, and then I used Japanese hand brush, a brush pen. And then when I stamped the letter with my CV, and then when I write the company's name, my name with my brush, it looked like Orientalism. So this letter might impress for future employers. That's why he gave me the opportunity for interviews. So are you interested in have your own stamps? Yeah, in Japan, the stamp is quite important. When you have the contracts, also when you open your bank account or when you rent your flat, you always need exchange your contract with stamp. Or even if you receive your delivery guys always ask you the stamp. So if you go there, so you can use your own stamp. I just found these images on the website. This is stamps for Michael Davis-san. So top line is saying from left to right, and the middle one, alphabet. And then bottom one, from top to bottom. So actually Japanese use writing from top to bottom. So there are several types of stamps. So when you go there, so why don't you design or choose one of them. Okay, how do you communicate with? For example, this is like a sealing wax. So Japanese doesn't use sealing wax very much. So if you send a special letter, So why don't you use sealing wax? Or if you don't, we don't use calligraphy very much. So if you have like a skill of calligraphy, you can use this one. So you don't need something special like this afternoon tea. Even if you make single cup of tea, Japanese people would be pleased because you are British, English. So this is genuine English tea. So if you're good at like cooking, like I think British homemade food is brilliant. So you can cook for your friend, you can serve British food. Everyone would be pleased because everyone is have like a stereotype view. British food is really bad. But I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like pies. Yeah. But yeah. But please, just let you know, we don't have Iceland in Tokyo, so you have to cook yourself. If you come from Manchester, and if you're a big fan of Manchester United, or wherever, if you are Arsenal, it's okay. You just talk about British English football and Premier League. So, and then if you can pray, you can pray. So you can communicate with Japanese. So okay. Conclusion. Okay. I guess there are many reasons why you are interested in and you want to go to Japan. It may be manga, technology, graphics, food, traveling, design, Haruki Murakami, haiku poem, or maybe Zen philosophy. The things I show you today, they are our daily life. Every factors links each other. So every aspect of Japan based on this daily scene. I know more inside of Japan since I became outsider. I didn't know anything about my country when I was inside, and I like my country more than before. So you might have the same feeling when you start living outside of the UK. You'd miss the British cloudy, wet, gray weather. I swear, definitely. Sometimes I miss Japanese commuting health when I travel in the Northern Line in a summer heat wave. Japan goes to next. My country, Japan, Japanese people want to go to next stage. We would like to go from Galapagos Island. In 1970 and the 80s, when my parents were same age as me, many Japanese products, TV, camera, music players, cars, went out all over the world. So we call the product made in Japan proudly. But in that period, parents and teachers told us everyone should study harder and get higher scores in exam. If you can go to better university, you can work in a better company. And then if you work harder, your future and your life will be promised. But in 90s and the new centuries, the Japanese concept of value and goals slightly changing. It is our turn. So our generation, like my generation, like 20, 30, or same age as you, we have to build up a new country. So we have to find our own way now. During that process, we have to see and listen many things from outside of Japan. So we need different views. We need different ideas, and we need different opinions from people who have different background, which means we need people like you. You will communicate with many Japanese people through working, studying, and living. You will learn something from Japan and Japanese, as well as we learn from you. In the year of 2000, the Japanese economy wasn't so good. It has been called lost decade already. So I was lucky. I had a job after university. So when I told my ex-boss in Tokyo that I'd like to quit my job and I'd like to go to UK, I was really, really scared. If my challenge in the UK was failed, I thought I might not come back to the architecture world. But I wanted to have an experience outside of Japan. I wanted to go beyond the sea. I'm still here and working as an architect. So when I arrived at Heathrow Airport, I couldn't imagine I can live and work for 10 years. I couldn't imagine I have such a tough experience in Japan, as well as fantastic experience. The day before my first job interview, I was really, really nervous. I memorized whole English sentences of my portfolio, and I made a possible questionnaire and answer just myself. My flatmate took me out to have a drink in Soho because it makes me relax. I met his friend. I think he was English. I don't remember his name. But I remember what he said clearly. When we left the bar, we said, "Enjoy your interview tomorrow." I hadn't had any idea to enjoy the interview before. But I could relax, and then I could get the job on next day. It was my first job and then first step in my life UK. Since then, sometimes I reminded the word enjoy. I told myself this word when I had a big meeting and a tough meeting, even when I had lost my job. And then even when I have a big presentation like this. So your experience in different countries might not always happy and fun. It might be hard and tough, as I have ever had in UK. But please remember, every your experience, happy, fun, good, exciting, but hard, tough, loneliness, and even your disappointment create your future and create your career and create yourself. So whatever happened to you, please enjoy. So this is my last sentence. Enjoy your good luck, your experience in Japan. Thank you very much. Okay. It's okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.